Hello everyone, and welcome to the next Kaia Wave Stablecoin Summer Hackathon workshop. Today I'm here with Raul, who is the Senior Security Engineer at Certic, who'll be going through Mini-Dapp security considerations and best practices. I think there will also be a short demo involved as well, so stick around to the end, and you will get to see the demo, as well as Raul has very kindly, as with the past few workshop presenters, kindly has agreed to stay on for another 10-15 minutes after his presentation ends to answer a short Q&A. So if you have any questions, please put them in the chat below. If you're watching this on YouTube, I think it's at the side. But if it's on, if it's on X, I think it's also on the side. But yes, essentially, any questions? We will be holding all the questions till the end, unless it's like a very dire question you have willing to ask. But most of the questions, I think we can answer them at the end. So hold your question. We will hold the questions at the end. So, but before I pass the time over to Raul, I do have a very quick housekeeping stuff to inform everyone about, as there may be some viewers here who are watching the stream for the very first time and are like, hey, what is the Kaia Wave Stablecoin Summer Hackathon about, and what is it? Like they're coming from Certic side or wherever, they're just wondering, hey, what's going on? So will give me a roll for a quick second. So if you will implore me for a quick second, this will take very quickly. So so the Kaia Wave Stablecoin Summer Hackathon is our global flagship hackathon. It's our first one we're doing as Kaia for the global community. If you want to find out more information, just scan the QR code on the screen right now. I promise it's safe. It's not going to drain your wallet or anything. Yeah. So just a little bit of information. The hacking period is from August 25th to September 17th. So as of right now, you have a week left to finish hacking and to submit your build. We have a final demo day on September 30th, which is in in like 2-3 weeks time. And the final demo day will be in Singapore at token 2049. So one thing to take note is that we will be supporting the finalists to fly in to Singapore. We do have a small stipend for the whole team to fly in to cover your flights, hotels, and any visas you may need. So yeah, so the total prize pool is over 1 million USD in total with investment opportunities, but the direct prize pool is about 165,000 US, of which 50% will be unlocked upon project launches. So one thing we want to push is we're pushing the Mini-Dapps, and we want you to launch on Line Messenger as well as Kaia. So essentially, first place will, you will only get about 50% of the prize pool first, and then only when you launch you will get the remaining 50%. We only have one track, and we have three prizes, three, like first, second, and third place, obviously. And I think we will also have two other finalists. So the top 5 finalists will all receive some form of prizes payments. So this is the general timeline. So we launched the hackathon on August 4th. We had the kickoff at WebEx on August 25th. The submission is due, as I mentioned previously, on September 17th, which is about a week from now. On 24th, we will announce the top 5 finalists who will demo at token 2049 on the September 30th with the live demo, closing ceremony, and winners announcement. It will be in person. However, we do understand that some people it may be a bit short notice to fly into Singapore, especially some people maybe need a visa or anything like that. So we will be supporting, live stream in, although we would very much prefer if you could fly in, because obviously in person is always great and you can enjoy Singapore. Except it's very hot, but other than the heat, I think it's pretty good here. Yeah. So one other thing I need to go through is really quickly. I think we didn't go through this yesterday during our hackathon overview, is the submission requirements for the build on door hack. So obviously you guys need to submit a DeFi protocol and info related to Kaia stablecoins and ecosystem assets. So link to the GitHub + UI + Dapp demo. Obviously it needs to be, because it's line is one of the major is the co-host of this sponsor. It needs to be a Mini-Dapp online messenger linked with the DeFi protocol built, UI plus Dapp demo, as I mentioned previously. And because Dune is one of our major sponsors, we require you to submit a dashboard on Dune Analytics built for DeFi use cases. Basically, submit a public dashboard URL. In addition, the last thing we need everyone to do is submit a pitch deck. Basically, we want a docsend link for everyone to push. So apart from the submission requirements, we want to take note is that you guys can submit the billable at any time and finalize it by September 17th. Please do submit the billable early, because we recently had the Korean hackathon end 2 weeks ago, and a lot of people decided to wait till the very last minute or last seconds to submit the billable. However, there were, as with everything, Murphy's Law applies. So there was technical glitches, and they weren't able to submit the bill. There was no extension for this. So if by September 17, 2359, you do not submit the bill, you will not get any special. There will be no special rule sets or anything. Hey, I have some error. No, we will not be doing that. Okay, so I think this is my last slide before I hand off to Raul. Basically, we want the Kaia stablecoin summer hackathon is to build DeFi Mini-Dapps with Kaia native stablecoins, because Tether is also the other sponsor co-host. We will basically, from the winners, we will go from your hacked project to the live launch event with direct support from Kaia Season 2 and different accelerators. It's not just a weekend hack. This is your stage to ship real products on Kaia and our messengers. So I think that's all my very quick presentation. So I think what I'll do is I'll hand it off to Raul, because I think I've taken up quite a bit of time. But off to you, Raul, and yeah, I'll just leave it to you.
Thank you. Okay, let me share the screen. Okay, so I guess everyone can see my screen. So hello everyone. Let's start with the workshop Mini-Dapp security considerations and best practices. I hope this workshop can help you develop secure Mini-Dapps. So who I am, my name is Raúl Tarancón. I'm a senior security engineer at Certic. I mainly focus on penetration testing of Web3 applications, such as crypto exchanges, dApps, and wallets. I also do smart contract audits and security research. I have been more than 10 years in pen testing, and I am a crypto enthusiast since 2016. So this is the agenda for today. We will start with an overview of Kaia Mini-Dapp and its architecture. Then we will see the attack surface and identify the threat modeling. Then in the securing your Kaia Mini-Dapp section, we will talk about the most common vulnerabilities and their recommendations. Then we will we will see the demo that I prepared. The demo will be a Mini-Dapp with a few vulnerabilities. So we will try to exploit some of these vulnerabilities. And finally, I will give you proactive security recommendations and some conclusions. Okay, Kaia Mini-Dapp overview. So, what is a Kaia Mini-Dapp? A Kaia Mini-Dapp is a web application that runs in a web view on the Line application and interacts with the Kaia blockchain. The Kaia Mini-Dapps takes advantage of the large user base of the Line ecosystem to offer many experiences and rewards. Those rewards are not only in-game or in-app coins or in-app rewards, but also includes Web3 rewards with real value. And yeah, since the Kaia Mini-Dapp is a web application, it runs outside the Line application as well. So here we can see some screenshots about the Mini-Dapp ecosystem. As you can see on the right screenshot, the Dapp portal counts around about 100 dApps. So, well, this is a large number. Okay, let's start with the architecture. This slide, I think it's more important than it looks, because, well, understanding the whole architecture, we will be able to identify a better attack surface, and then identify or develop the threat modeling. So in the center we have our treasure, the Kaia Mini-Dapp. So it's our treasure because we want to protect it. So on the left side we have the client layer. This site includes components more related with the UI, the user interface. So here we have the Line front-end framework, or it's a revision live. This framework, with this framework, we can run the Kaia Mini-Dapp in the Line application. And we also have the Unity WebGL build, that is the user interface. There are other we can, as a developer, we can use another game engines like Cocos or just a common user interface without a game engine. On the right side, we have the Mini-Dapp is the key. Basically, the key is like a blockchain interface. So this is the key. This is the key provide us provide to the users different wallet providers to connect the Kaia Mini-Dapp to the wallet. And with this wallet, the user can interact with the smart contracts and execute on-chain operations. And on the bottom, we have two components. Both components acts as a bridge between both sides. So here we have the Web3 manager that, well, is in charge of update the user interface, and the Kaia plugin that is an interface of the Mini-Dapp SDK. We have another extra component that is the Dapp portal. So basically, this portal allows the users to explore and discover dApps, create wallet, swap tokens, trade NFTs, and so on. So fine. Right now, we understand the architecture. So let's move to identify the attack surface and develop the threat modeling. Basically, I divide the attack surface into categories. Well, since this presentation is focused to developers, and so I decided to divide this attack surface in these two categories. One is the in scope category, and another one is out of scope. The first one includes all those elements that a developer should or must protect, and the second category includes all those components that the developer cannot protect because usually they are third parties. So in scope, we have the front end, we have the backend with the server and APIs, we have the smart contracts, and the configurable boundaries. Thus, in this point, we have two components: the line frontend framework and the line developer portal. And in the out of scope category, we have the line application and leaf runtime, the wallet providers, and the Kaia blockchain protocol. So let's start with the threat modeling of the front end. So I identify the following threats. The first one is initiate a malicious transaction. This can be achieved with multiple vulnerabilities. For example, injecting a JavaScript in the front end with a cross-site scripting vulnerability. Also, subdomain takeover, DNS hijacking, and supply chain attacks. The second threat is deceive users into signing malicious transactions with UI element tampering. This can be achieved with HTML injections and clickjacking. Clickjacking refers to load the web application into an iframe. The third threat is redirection to a phishing site. This can be achieved with an open redirect vulnerability. The fourth threat is access to third-party services. So this refers to expose secrets and keys, or another kind of credential in the front end, so everyone can recover this sensitive information. And finally, the threat automate earning points. So this threat is more focused for games, but if if we don't obfuscate the code, or we don't implement anti-cheating mechanisms, an attacker can automate the game and earn points more quickly. And if these points can be changed with changed to real Web3 tokens, so this can this impacts to the financial of the application. So let's start with the threat modeling of the backend. Here we have these threats. The first one is stealing keys from the server. This can be achieved with vulnerabilities like remote code execution, SQL injection, local file inclusion, and so on. The second one is the steal crypto assets from other users' account or via admin features. So if our Mini-Dapp has a lot of logic in the backend, with vulnerabilities such as broken access control and privilege escalation, an attacker can can move some crypto assets from one user to another user. The third one is spend and own assets more than user's actual balance. This can happen if there are any business logic error on the backend, or if the backend is vulnerable of risk condition. The third threat is duplicate rewards. The exploitation is the same than the previous one. And finally, take down the server that hosts NFT matches and metadata. So this can be achieved with a denial of service issue. The next one is threat modeling of configurable boundaries. Here, I identify the following threats. The first one is redirect users to malicious sites. This can be achieved with, in the Line developer portal, you can set or create different roles. So if you invite someone with an excessive permissions, and they can change their redirect URL, or this can impact in the users, and also this threat can be achieved with a credential leakage. The second threat is sensitive information leakage. This can be achieved with sending excessive information to third parties, such as analytic services. And the last one is unauthorized access after credential leakage. That means if we don't enable, if the two-factor authentication is not enabled, an attacker with the credential can access to our accounts. The last threat modeling is the smart contracts. So, my colleague Mincy did a presentation last week, I think. Yeah, last week. So he talks about vulnerabilities on smart contracts. So I really recommend this workshop. So I'm not going to repeat the same information. Okay, we finished the threat modeling. So let's see some case studies. Well, these case studies are real. I mean, are vulnerabilities that I found during my pen test. So the first one was a gaming DApp that this DApp rewarded players with an ERC20 token each time the user finished a match. The tokens, the rewards tokens were calculated from the points score. I mean, if the user gets any points during the match, these points are the base to calculate the tokens. So when a match begins, the backend generate a session token. This session token is linked with the match. And when the match ends, the score and another match data are sent to the backend, obviously with the match session token. So what was the issue? After starting a new match, if you block the HTTP request and send the finish match request to the backend, obviously with arbitrary score. So then the DApp will aware with ERC20 tokens based on this tampered score. So the user doesn't need to play the game. Just stop the communication, the HTTP communication, and send the request to finish the match with the data that they want. The second case study was related to a DApp that implements a private OTC pool. So the DApp stores user tokens and trade these, well, and create store user tokens, and the user can create the different orders to exchange tokens, and this DApp was in charge of execute these orders, okay, and send the tokens to the user. So once a counterparty has been found in this order book, it automatically initiate a private transfer of the tokens without the use of any swap protocol. So the finding was was a poor implementation of authorization and access control mechanisms on the backend. So any user can execute the same order multiple times, even if the order has expired. So the attacker only have to send a request to this endpoint, API/full fill order with the order ID, and well, the backend sends the token to the user's wallet. So I make this diagram flow to better understanding. So that the attacker sends, well, the attacker create the order and send this request to fulfill order endpoint to execute the order. So the backend retrieve the order from the database, check if the owner of the request is the same than the owner of the database, the owner of the order. So execute the order and transfer the tokens. Here, the backend doesn't check the status of the order, and there is an expiration check. So if the attacker repeat the same workflow, call the same or send the same request with the same order ID, will gain or will receive the same tokens. Okay, so now we understand the architecture. We identify the attack surface, and we develop we develop the threat modeling for each component, each component in the scope. So let's move forward to securing our Kaia Mini-Dapp. So first of all, securing the front end. We have the first vulnerability is cross-site scripting and HTML injection. This can be fixed. This can be fixed configuring the content security policy on the backend, and avoid using insecure functions such as eval, inner HTML, and so on. And the most important, the filter insecure characters. The second vulnerability is clickjacking. This can be solved with setting the HTTP header X frame options with the value deny. All the HTTP headers are set on the backend. The value can be for this header can be deny or can be some origin. So same origin. Both are secure. The next vulnerability is open redirect. Here, to solve this vulnerability, the developer should never trust in user input, and if we need to implement a redirect from the front end, we should validate the domain on the backend, or implement as well in the front end an allow list. The next vulnerability is supply chain. So to fix this vulnerability, we should pin versions of our libraries, run audits in continuous integration, and for those scripts that we inject or we use in our HTML for CDNs from CDNs, we should set the integrity attribute. And finally, sensitive information leaked. So we should never hardcode credentials in the front end. Instead, use env file. and well, don't send sensitive information to third parties, such as analytics services. Securing the backend. This is the main vulnerabilities. The first one is broken access control. So we must check user permission in each operation, in each endpoint, and in each resource. The second vulnerability is server-side injections. So to fix this vulnerability, we should filter insecure character and parameterize the SQL queries. The next vulnerability is lack of logic validation. So again, never trust in user input and their actions. Always validate the workflow on backend. The next one is on-chain and off-chain desynchronization. So if we have a backend with on-chain related data, so we always validate this data and synchronize this data with the information on chain. So, well, on chain is the source of trust. And finally, a weak sign-in message. So during the login workflow, when we want to implement a sign-in message, this message should include the domain of our application, timestamp, and application name. And as well announce. So this is to prevent replay attacks. Okay. Now securing configurable boundaries. So related to the line developer portal, we should enable the two-factor authentication. This two-factor authentication is for our Mini-Dapp. So when a user logging in with the line mechanism, with this setting enabled, the user should pass through a two-factor authentication. Then, the second point, scopes. We can define different scopes for our Mini-Dapp. So only the recommendation is only enable the needed scopes, the necessary scopes, no more. Also, the next recommendation is define properly the roles of the platform. And the last recommendation is don't use temporary endpoints. This refers to during the when we use the line front-end framework, our Mini-Dapp, the URL of our Mini-Dapp can be a line URL. So when the user clicks on this line URL, is redirect to our domain. So, well, we can create different redirects, but to make it simple, just one redirect. Yeah, so we can define the main or the first redirect in this portal, in the developer portal. So try to avoid use temporary domains. So the next recommendations are related to the LIF, the line frontend framework. So when the users log in with the line, with the line application, line creates a JWT. So we should validate or verify this token against the line endpoint, the verify line endpoint. Then after getting the JWT, the recommendation to retrieve the user information from the backend, for example, is to send or to call these endpoints, profile and user info, with the JWT. Well, instead of move the information from the front end to the backend. So again, for securing the smart contracts, I really recommend the workshop of my teammate. So I'm going to pass. Okay, let's start with the demo. Let me share another screen. I'm going to share the full screen better. Okay, so um, so on the right side, we have the Mini-Dapp, the vulnerable Mini-Dapp. So I develop a simple game, a clicker game. So first of all, we need to connect our wallet. I integrate the Mini-Dapp SDK. So click line, option, connect. Then the Mini-Dapp request to request to sign a message. Well, do you remember one of our recommendations? So the message is welcome to Crypto Miner Clicker. Sign this message to authenticate your wallet, the wallet of the user, timestamp, and well, an extra information. So the user clicks on approve button. I'll introduce the passcode. I connected the wallet before, so the first time that the users connect the wallet, there are additional steps related to line and that portal. But anyway, so here is the clicker game. I can, well, the user can buy different power-ups, and also the user can exchange 1,000 in-game tokens to one RC20 token. Well, in that case, a Kaia token. So we also have, well, the Mini-Dapp also have a leaderboard where, well, the users can see the top 3 players. Well, the game reset my tokens because the previous amount was fake. So this is my real in-game tokens. I can save my tokens to the backend. I can disconnect the wallet and what else? The profile, and the user can change their username. So, well, the username is or should, well, right now I'm not the top one of the top one game player. So, well, I will change it later. So I'm going to send or to create in-game tokens directly on the database. Okay, so now should have okay, now I am top one. So let's click quickly this button. Well, I prepared two vulnerabilities. One is related to the backend, and the second one is related to the front end. So I think we can start with the front end, with the vulnerability related to the front end. I need some more points, a little more points. Yeah, I think now I can achieve the goal more quickly. A little more, a little more. Okay, so now we have 1,000 tokens, in-game tokens. So if we click on mint, and right now we cannot mint. Oh yeah, yeah, because I changed the amount on the database. But well, I meant 1 USDT. That this actually the token was minted by the wallet, the backend wallet. So then the backend sent me this token. So if I click again in mint token, I cannot mint more tokens because, well, I need to create I need to mine 1,000 in-game tokens more. So I will need to again click here, but here is the first vulnerability. As you can see on the right side, this is this is a proxy, HTTP proxy. So here we can see all the HTTP communication. So this is our call, our request to the main endpoint. So now if I click on save button, the Mini-Dapp send the following request to the backend, the endpoint to the endpoint game save with the game information, so total tokens, hash power, and so on. So what happens if we, well, and obviously we have our JWT token to be authenticated on the backend. So let's exploit the first vulnerability. I'm going to intercept the traffic. So when I click on save, I can alter or manipulate the HTTP request, and here I can write 3,000. So now, well, now after forward the request, I will have 3,000 in-game tokens. Great. The server responds successfully. So now I can call I can request the mint action again. Oops, I need to disable this. And fine. Yeah, so the backend mint 3 tokens. So we can validate our exploit on the blockchain. And yeah, the transaction hash, this is I mint 3, well, F USDT. Well, the F is for fake USDT. Yeah. So our first exploit works. So a player don't need to, the player doesn't need to play the game to earn tokens, just to manipulate this endpoint. Send this, we can repeat the same request with the number that we want, the desired value, and again, we will be able to mint 5 more tokens. Yeah, tokens minted successfully. So this is the first vulnerability. So, well, how can we fix this vulnerability? So, well, obviously, implement additional validation on backend. Don't trust in the user input. So maybe we can change the design pattern. For example, instead of send information from the front end to the backend, just send send actions. For example, the action mint, and implement all the count logic on the backend. Okay, so yeah, so the second vulnerability is related to the front end. So I said before that we can change our name here, our username here. So what happens if we use a HTML tag with JavaScript code? So basically this payload well, inject an image tag with an invalid source, and when the the invalid source execute the on error event, our payload execute this JavaScript code. So we're going to save our new username, back to the game. Well, our game points.
Raul,
Yeah,
your mic did just cut off, so if you can maybe go back a couple
yeah, sure.
steps.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't hear
So
you at all.
yeah, I finished this demo and
Nope, can't hear
no.
what you're saying at all. Do you want to try like disconnecting your headset? Maybe that'll help.
Uh, can you hear me? No.
Still can't hear what you're saying.
Can you hear me now? Hello, can you hear me?
Hello?
You hear me?
Can you hear me though?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Can you maybe try changing your audio sources below?
Mm,
Did your headset run out of battery? Maybe, I'm not sure.
now can you hear
Sorry,
me?
guys, a bit of technical difficulties here, but I will get Raul back as quickly as possible.
Can you hear me now?
Hello?
Hello, hello,
Testing.
hello.
Oh, you can hear. Okay, cool. I think my audio cut off actually. So yeah, I'll just leave it be. Sorry, my bad. Yeah.
So can you hear me right now?
Seems that everyone else can hear. Yeah, okay, everyone can hear clearly. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think my
Okay.
audio cut off. Okay, I'll just be back. And, please continue on as normal. I think it's just my headset kind of cut off.
Okay.
Sorry, my bad. You can share your screen again.
No worry. Let me share the screen again. So, yeah, everything works, right? I guess. Well, so yeah, I changed my username. So now, well, the leaderboard. I'm not in the leaderboard right now, so let me update the database. Just to avoid clicking a lot of times. Where is my database here? So 99999. So now if I refresh the page, here we have the injected JavaScript. So well, this is maybe this is too evident. I mean, but well, an attacker can create a specific HTML and, for example, an eyedrop, an eyedrop pop-up. Then when the user click on this eyedrop pop-up, redirects the user to a phishing site. So well, with this vulnerability, an attacker can do a lot of things. So yeah, those are well, here's the ruined image. So those are the vulnerabilities in this Mini-Dapp demo. Before move forward, to fix this issue, this vulnerability, filter don't use insecure functions. In that case, I'm using the inner HTML function, so don't use it. Filter on the user input on the front end and on the back end. So, and also when the user input and the output data, when you render the information here in the UI, we should filter as well. That's all from the demo. I'm going to share again only the presentation here. So this is the final section, proactive security and conclusions. So beyond fixing bugs, it's really important secure the whole development lifecycle. That means that we should define the threat modeling of our Mini-Dapp. We secure we follow secure coding standards and use toolings such as linters. if it's possible to perform peer code reviews, and we must implement or develop unit tests. And then we should conduct security reviews with the internal team and external teams, and not one time. I mean, not once. The security review should be conducted periodically. And finally, secure the deployment phase, and implement monitoring mechanisms. So yeah, finally, I would like to give you some key takeaways. The first one is you own the security of your code. The security is a process, not a destination. Authenticate and authorize with care. And finally, getting an audit or a pen test or a security review. Getting a pen test will save money in long term. So that's all. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Raul, for that. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Thank you, Raul, for that lovely workshop presentation. We do have a couple questions from chat. Just let me see if this is working or not. Yeah. So hang on. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So unfortunately, I did have to leave the call and come back. So we will have to just do this manually. Okay. So this is from user Asux. From an attacker POV, what's the first probe you run against a Mini-Dapp stack client to backend to contract to map the attack surface?
Good question. Really good question. I take advantage of this question to explain more or less how an attacker works. So first of all, an attacker use the game as a user. So just to get familiar with the application, and after that, the attacker have to decide what is the best approach. Usually, if the application has a lot of endpoints and there are a lot of logic on the backend, I would say the attacker the fish proof would be the backend. But again, this depends of the application. Maybe if there are a lot of logic, financial logic on the smart contracts, is more interesting to spend more time in the smart contract. So that's depend how was developed the application. I would say, in a short, I would say backend and contract, the smart contracts, and then client.
Okay, hopefully that answers your question, Asux. They do have two more questions. I hope you don't mind staying a bit longer.
Yeah.
If a Mini-Dapp relies on price/Oracle data, what's the baseline defense against manipulation on thin liquidity? Example, on-chain, TWAP windows, multi-source aggregation, and circuit breakers.
Okay, so I think this question is related with one of the vulnerability that we saw on the backend, the synchronization between the on-chain and off-chain data. So the baseline, okay. I would say that first, the developers should, or the logic of the backend should validate first of all the data on chain, and then implement or execute all the changes on chain. Keep the Usually these kind of applications have of database with on-chain information, but offline. I mean, off-chain. So yeah, be secure that or create a procedure to synchronize this our database periodically with on-chain information, and and for specific recommendations for related to Oracle price Oracle data. I think my colleague Mincy in the last in the workshop of the last week, he mentioned some interesting points related to this question. So I recommend to watch to see this to watch this that workshop.
Yeah, I think I know that a lot of participants in the chat were present at the last workshop, but maybe I think they just wanted to get more clarification questions from you because it's a second Certic workshop, so might as well ask all the questions you can, right? Okay, so last question is for fast pre-demo security pass, which tools/checks do you run in order? Static analysis, property tests, fuzzing, invariance, and why?
Okay.
Hopefully too tough for you, or a bit too intense. Maybe I'm not sure, but
Pen test is the way. No, I mean, yeah, I mean, for a first approach, we can use a static analysis, static tools for a static analysis. Usually these tools make a lot of false positives, or the findings are more related to best practices. But yeah, it's a good entry point, and also a unit test. But thinking this unit test also as a secure mind, a secure approach.
Okay, yeah, hopefully that answers your question, Asux. I'm sorry we couldn't get the usual UI up. I had to rejoin the because I had some audio issues. I think one of my applications crashed. Anyways, yeah. So before we end off the workshop, I think it's already been past an hour at this point. But I think there were a lot of questions and a lot of like demoing stuff to go on. Yeah. So where would be the best place to reach? I mean, to learn more about Certic and reach you, Raul. You have like a X account or anything? Anyone can reach you.
Well, yeah, I'm not very active in X, but my username in all networks, social networks are big bit. I mean B1GB1T. So big bit with change the I with 2 to 1. So yeah, they
Is it
can.
like this?
The last letter is a T.
It's a T.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just edit that really quickly. Big bits. Okay, yeah. So you can reach Raul here at Big Bits. His his X handle probably and all his other socials follow the same thing. Yeah. So I know he mentions not that active, so I think what we can do is we can just do the standard, follow at Certic for all the latest news and follow us at Bill and Kaia and Kaia Chain on X to find all the latest information on the Kaia Wave Stablecoin Summer Hackathon. As I just mentioned, I think we just posted something just as this thing was going on. We do have another workshop tomorrow that's with ZKMe, so I will be here tomorrow as well. If you want to find out more information about Certic, please follow them on their respective socials. Before I end off, I always like to I always do like to ask our fellow workshop presenters, do you have any final words for our hackathon participants? Any parting words? Cool. Are you there?
Hello.
Hello? Testing?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Testing, testing.
Yeah, right now, yeah. Sorry. I
Oh,
think I
sorry.
missed
Yeah.
some information.
Oh, yeah. So I wanted to ask if you have any further, any last final words for the participants of the hackathon.
Yeah, well, thank you so much to be here. It's a pleasure for me to try to help developers to create a more secure mini-dapps. So yeah, if anyone have any additional questions and they want to contact me or reach me out via X or Telegram, feel free.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think we can just end it off here. We have been dragging on a bit long, right? Which is fine. We have questions, everything. I think the community's happy. They're not they're not being too worried about it. So yeah, as usual, as I mentioned, please follow Raul and the Certic team on the respective X or contact them on Telegram. Any questions? If you have any further questions, please do join our Discord. We have a separate channel for just questions for the hackathon. You can go ahead and ask questions there. I think some of the Certic team is also in the Discord. I'm not sure Raul is specifically there, but we'll see if we can get him to join. Yeah. Anyways, I'm we'll see. Yeah. Okay, cool. So without further ado, I think we can just end it off here. I'd like to thank all the participants for participating and asking your questions. I'd like to thank Raul here for taking the time out of his very busy schedule to give us the wonderful workshop presentation on Mini-Dapp security considerations and best practices. I think the demo was really well received. Like a lot of people in chat were like, "Hey, cool! This is actually what they were waiting for." Stuff like that. I think someone also said this is really probably like he's actually showing the potential vulnerabilities in the actual smart contract. So I think that's really cool. Yeah. So I think I've rambled on long enough. I think we can just end it here. All right. So take care, everyone, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Yeah, take care. Okay. Bye.
Bye.